The priest who stood for the truth. Father Damien had always believed that love and truth walked hand in hand. Ever since he arrived in the quiet community of Imola, he had given his whole heart to the people, baptizing their children, blessing their homes, praying with them in times of sickness and sorrow. To many, he was more than a priest. He was family. But love is often tested. One rainy afternoon, Father Damien discovered something that shook him deeply. Money meant for widows and orphans was being taken by some community elders. He spent the whole night in the chapel, kneeling before the flickering candles, asking God for courage. His heart felt heavy. He knew the truth would hurt people. But he also knew that silence would hurt them even more. On Sunday morning, his voice trembled as he spoke from the altar. "My children," he said, "darkness grows when good people close their eyes. Some among us have turned gifts for the poor into gifts for themselves." Gasps filled the church. Some bowed their heads in shame, but others lifted theirs in anger. After Mass, the elders confronted him. "You have shamed us before the whole village," one shouted. "You want to destroy our honor," another accused. The storm in their voices drowned out his calm explanations. They refused to listen. And before long, a crowd formed, confused, upset, frightened of the truth they did not want to face. That evening, they told Father Damien to leave Imola. He did not beg. He did not defend himself. With tears quietly touching his cheeks, he packed his few belongings. The children cried and clung to his robe, but their parents pulled them away. As he walked out of the village, he turned once more and whispered, "May God protect you, even from yourselves." And then he was gone. At first, the village tried to convince itself that nothing had changed. But slowly, everything changed. Families that once shared meals stopped speaking to each other. Jealousy grew like weeds. Fights broke out in the market. Even the nights felt colder, as though peace no longer slept in the heart of Imola. The elders tried to keep order, but the more they tried, the more things fell apart. One terrible week, 3 farms were destroyed by fire. No one knew how it started. The whole community gathered in fear. As the flames died out, silence filled the air, an accusing silence that pointed to the wound they refused to heal. It was then they remembered the priest they had pushed away. The elders met under the old Iroko tree. These were proud men, but their pride had been broken. "We chased away the one man who told us the truth," the oldest elder said, his voice shaking. "Now we are paying the price." So at dawn, they traveled to the next town where Father Damien had taken refuge. They found him sitting outside a small chapel, feeding birds. When he saw them, he looked surprised, but not angry. The oldest elder stepped forward. He dropped to his knees. His voice cracked like dry wood. "Father, forgive us. We were blind. Our village is falling apart. Please, please come back." Tears filled Father Damien's eyes. He lifted the old man gently, like a father lifting a child. "I forgave you long before you came," he said softly. "If you need me, I will return." When Father Damien walked back into Imola, something warm and invisible swept through the village, like the first light after a long night. People came out of their houses. Some cried openly. Others bowed their heads in shame. Children ran to him, holding his hands as if afraid he would disappear again. Father Damien smiled at them, his eyes shining with compassion. "We cannot change yesterday," he said. "But we can begin healing today." And so, day by day, he healed the wounds, restored trust, and guided the people back to peace. And this time, the community listened, not out of fear, but out of love and gratitude. They had learned the hard way that truth may hurt for a moment, but rejecting the truth hurts forever. And Father Damien, the priest they once pushed away, became the light that helped them find their way home again.